We are very much overdue a catch up. I'll try and wrap it up because I'm using this little pocket of time that I found in such a busy week. So let's just catch up, okay? Got a list, no script, just a few prompts. Let's just get through it because we need to catch up. As you'll probably tell by the title of this video, yes, I've bought a one-way ticket with very little plan. And by the time I've posted this, leaving in a matter of days. I think I need to let that sink in. This has been a plan for years. For me, as soon as I left university, I was destined. No. Well, yes, but determined is what I meant. I'm determined to go travelling. A series of events unfolded, which I'll actually get into, but the story in a nutshell is that we decided a year and a half ago as a couple that we would do this. So we've been waiting that long. And then we didn't even book the flights until April this year. So it's been a bit of a weird waiting game, and all of a sudden it's here. And because, you know, when you've waited so long for something, you can't actually believe that the day has come. It's like, it feels as if like my life could be on the other side of a plane. It's so important for me to travel, and I just haven't been able to do that. I'm just so excited. But anyway, let me go through these points because I might go off on a tangent. So I've mentioned how travel is so important to me, and I've just had this inner knowing. You know, some people just know what kind of job they're going to do, or they just know that they're going to have a big family. I just knew travel was in my life. And so much so, my first ever kind of like big travel opportunity, I didn't take it because I just thought I can do that better and cheaper and have so much more fun. And in school, they ran a program where you could go to Malaysia for like 2 weeks, but you had to like fundraise all the money. Anyway, I just knew at the time that that was not good value for money, and I didn't necessarily want teachers supervising me. So I was like, I'll do that in another way. So I use my uni summers to travel. I went to work at a summer camp, which is really cool. A perfect like coming of age experience for me. Like I really needed that, and it was just everything I needed and more. There were highs and lows. I got really lucky, and I worked at a camp that was a day camp, so it was just 10 international workers living together, like a uni house situation. And we had our weekends off, and we just had the most fun. We were in Florida, went to the beach at the weekend, and we were friends with the locals, and we just had a ball. It was wild, so much fun. And I look back fondly at those memories. And that was my first taste of travel. That was the first time I'd been out of Europe, believe it or not. So I went there and travelled a bit of America afterwards. And then I met a friend, Sophia, if you're watching, and we went travelling together. We went to Southeast Asia, and it was just an immediate yes. It was like, should we go together? Yes. Should we go to Southeast Asia? Yes. We went to Thailand and Bali, and that was another character building experience for me. I learned so much about myself, so much about friendship, so much about travelling, so much about boys. And then I did it all over again the next year with my good friend Chloe. Again, hi Chloe, if you're watching. And that again, everything that we wanted and needed happened. And I keep saying these are character building experiences, but I just don't think you can go travelling and not come back a different person. So I had 3 stints of backpacking. It wasn't for, like, the longest I went away was 3 months. So yeah, I had great fun. I really got the travel bug. I don't want to make that sound super perfect, because what was actually happening is that I was suffering with crippling anxiety and depression, and that just shows how determined and how much travel meant to me. I got my sorry little butt on a plane and I went far away. Maybe it was escapism, but it was much needed. And I even had a counsellor that was like, so you're struggling with anxiety, but you can get yourself on a plane, a long haul flight. Can you believe that? It's just not good enough to say that to someone. Like, a good job, I believed in myself, I backed myself. Like, how discouraging is that? Like, obviously doesn't understand how anxiety works for the nuanced spectrum it is. But anyway, I digress. I was having a tough time, but travel was still kind of like a bow and arrow. And it's also really interesting to talk about this chapter in my life when I was in uni, because that kind of travel is very different to the kind of travel that I'm expecting this time around. Firstly, logistically different, because we're going for an indefinite amount of time. We're aiming for a year, but it'd be nice to make this a lifestyle where we can come home for a little bit and then we go back out, you know. Digital nomad. I'm working remotely, I'm self-employed, I'm a freelance copywriter, content writer, content creator, let's just say marketing creative, to put it all into one category. I love to branch out more on my photography. Obviously I've got this as a passion project, and I'm also studying human design, and I just cannot wait to integrate that into my work. Stay tuned for readings and other fun human design stuff. If you want to know more about being self-employed, freelancing or anything like that, let me know and I can do a separate video on that, because it's something that I've been super passionate about all my life, being self-employed, being my own boss. So I'd love to talk about it. So let me know if that's something that you're interested in too. And if you're interested in how I literally went from having a full-time job, quitting it with no plan because I got a humongous gut instinct that that was the right time. I quit my job, didn't have a plan, had some savings, must have a caveat to that, I did have some savings, and I just got a part-time job. I was like, and this is a story for another day. I think I always go off on a tangent, but that's not what we're here to talk about. But yeah, I quit my job, didn't have a plan, built up this freelancing business, and now I'm traveling the world, about to travel the world with the love of my life. And that has just been my dream. And over the past year, I've had moments where the emotions are so intense that I've actually realised my dreams or brought them into reality. I've just cried, and it's just, my heart's been cracked wide open for taking my heart's desire and dreams seriously. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And of course, that's something I want to talk about, so please do let me know. I mean, for me, it doesn't really change anything. I'm just living my normal life, just in another country with new people, new surroundings. And then Matt is kind of taking this as a chance to figure out what he wants to do with his life and have a bit of space after being in a career for the same job for 5 years. So it's gonna be really, really expansive, and I'm so excited for both of us. But yeah, it is important to reference those past travel experiences, because we're going to be moving at a much slower pace. I'm still always a party girl at heart, but that's not something I want to be doing every single night. It might not even be something I want to do every week, but socialising, yes, I want to make so many connections and have lovely moments and memories. But if you've been backpacking before, you'll know the kind of culture I'm talking about, and it's just a bit like Freshers Week in uni. That's the kind of vibe. So I'm looking for a nice middle ground where we can have fun, have a little bit of a dance, and we'll see. I'll keep you tuned on that front, but basically I want to get a bit more of a balance. Like, we're living there and we're just going to live in different places. I don't even know what it's going to look like, so that's the exciting part, and you're coming along with me. So, and I guess you're wondering where I'm going. Like, I'm going to keep that a bit of a surprise until I do a vlog of kind of going through the airport and arriving in maybe the first 48 hours. But yeah, if you think you know where I'm going, let me know in the comments. I don't think there's anything else to say, but yes, huge new chapter incoming, very exciting, and I simply cannot wait. What a feeling. There's so much to do this week. So many goodbyes have been said. It's a rollercoaster of emotions, but so worth it. And I guess I will see you on the other side. I do have a couple of videos in the draft, so I'll get them up, and then maybe in 3 videos time it'll be in the location, in my new location. And make sure you subscribe to follow along with this journey. Give this video a like and leave a comment if you want to have a chat. But yeah, thank you for being here, really appreciate it. Bye.